morning, everyone. As requested, this is going to be the video on how I milk Honey Lemon. Honey Lemon is almost 6 years old, and she's 6 months into her lactation. She still gives about 3/4 of a gallon of milk a day. I do milk twice a day. So we're going to go ahead and show you how I milk her today. So, as you can see, she's got her grain. I just feed Purina goat chow because it's formulated for lactating goats. And she gets that at her feedings in the morning and in the evening when she's milked. And she's a good girl. So, we're going to go ahead and milk today. Hopefully you can hear over the chickens. Okay, so as you can see, here, let me get you a little closer. As you can see, I don't give her, George, hush. I don't give her a dairy cut in the winter. It's just too cold. I just trim the hair around where I'm going to be holding on and milking so I don't pull her hair, to make it comfortable for her and to keep her udder warm. So, back up here. George, enough. Sorry, that's my rooster. So, actually, let's move you around back here. And maybe you can see a little bit better. So, come here. Good girl. So the first thing I do is I just take my gloves and I just brush off so that any straw or loose hair or dirt falls down. Plus, I kind of massage her bag a little bit to help her let down. She's kind of slow to let down. So, there we go. Now when I first started, I used cloths with warm water and soap and then wiped them off. Now I use diaper wipes, and it is winter, so it is winter. So I do have a diaper wipe warmer. You can get them for babies, but I have a diaper wipe warmer to warm up the wipes so they're not cold on her teats, that I got for like $2 at a thrift store. So that keeps them warm, and then I keep them in my pocket in a plastic bag until I use them. Now, in my pocket. Okay. Come here, sweetie. Now, I don't use a strip cup. Some people do. I just squirt the first little bit of milk on the ground. If you're worried about mastitis or want to check the milk, instead of a strip cup, what you can do is use a dark colored coffee cup and look at the milk that way. Now to milk, you're going to I pinch and then move my fingers down. Now, as you can see, Honey Lemon doesn't have really large teats. So I really only use these top 2 fingers and my thumb. So I pinch and then squeeze. Pinch and then squeeze. And you can do them both sides together or just one at a time. I have a problem with my hands being numb in the morning, so I do milk a little slower in the morning than I do in the evening. But it just takes practice to get your rhythm and to get the squeezing and then emptying out the teat. You want to make sure you don't pull, because that would be painful. And she'll stomp and she'll kick over your bucket if you do. But it just takes practice. I open to let the milk in, squeeze, and then squeeze out the balloon there. Just think of it like a balloon. And some people use a milk stand, some people don't. This milk stand here I built out of all recycled materials and things that I got for free, so it didn't cost me anything. But if you want to see how I did that, kind of a basic on how I built the milk stand, you can go to my blog, myhomesteadingproject.blogspot.com, and I show how I built the milk stand. Now you're going to want to get as much milk as you possibly can. Now you'll never get all of the milk out of the bag, but you want to try to get, you want to try to get as much as you can. So as it starts to slow down, you can bump up on the udder. That doesn't hurt her. That's what the baby goats do when they're getting the milk to let down. Now Honey Lemon in the morning, she tends to hold back a little bit of milk, and I think that's just because when I first started milking her, I was milking her while she was nursing because she lost one of her does, and so she had lots of milk, and I didn't want her bag to get ruined or lopsided. So she kind of holds back a little bit still in the morning. So after I bump it, you can also massage it a little bit, and you can feel that there's still some milk in there. And that lets more down. Now, if you're worried about mastitis, I haven't had any problem with it. Keep your hands clean when you milk, and I wash her teats to keep them clean. And you want to make sure their bedding's clean, their environment's clean, and you really shouldn't have a problem with mastitis. Now when I'm done milking, I don't use a teat dip. Some people do. I don't. And mostly that's because when I first started milking, she was still nursing and I wasn't real comfortable with, there we go. That's about it. And you can see her bag's much smaller now. And the teats are kind of deflated. So there we go. Good girl, honey. Good girl. So really that's all there is to it. Now since the weather's really cold right now, I am using a bag balm. Kind of like, you know, you would use chapstick so that you don't get your lips chapped. It helps keep her udders from getting too dried out and crack and be painful when she milks. Now this was recommended to me as a really good product. It's bag balm. Honestly, it is a petroleum product, like Vaseline or anything else would be. So I think after I'm done with this, I will switch over to straight lanolin. I use lanolin for a lot of different other things in my home. I'm just out right now. But lanolin would work really well. Because nursing mothers, I used that when I was nursing my children. So, and it's safe. And so I think that would be a better product. But anyway, good girl, Honey Lemon. Good girl. Good girl. So that's how I milk Honey Lemon in the morning. So there you go, Tyler. And I hope that helps you. And you have a great afternoon. Thanks.